In this video, we are going to do a ribcage support exercise that I have taken from Block Therapy. So do check out the Block Therapy website. I've really enjoyed their starter program that I signed up to recently. I love what they're all about. I love their messaging. I love the theory of what they say. And I really like the practical of what they say as well. So definitely worth checking those guys out. But here is my interpretation of some of the exercises that I've learned through them. I'm going to use my large cork posture roll today for this ribcage release. You can use a smaller block like so, but just be aware that the sharper edges of it might make it a bit too intense. With what we're about to do, it's all about how well you can control your breath and whether or not you can keep your breath calm and relaxed and diaphragmatic. So if you use something like this and the sharp edges make it such an intense sensation that your breath is being taken away from you, then you need to change the thing that you're using. You need to either find something else at home, something that you can lay across where you are just able to feel some intensity. We don't want it to be a cushion because a cushion's not really going to do anything. The cushion isn't going to be changing the tension, but you have to find your edge where the tension is not so great that you're holding your breath, because this is a breathing exercise. And if you're not breathing properly, you're negating the purpose of the exercise. You are warned. So I'm using this and I'm laying not entirely prone because I don't want this to go across the whole front of my rib cage. I'm doing one bit at a side. So I'm a little bit on my side here. And I've just found a spot below my breast, above the bottom of my rib cage, where I'm getting my lower ribs, and I'm finding a point where I'm being met with some resistance in my muscles there. So I'm going to set my timer here. We'll do 3 minutes on each side. And I'm breathing. So if you haven't already, have a look at the diaphragm release video that I've also done. In that diaphragm release video, it's walking you through the principles of what we're going after here in terms of the breathing. The breathing part of this is the same. It's just that where the block is different. But effectively, we are looking to breathe into our nose and breathe into the bottom of our rib cage and into our belly. So we want the bottom of our rib cage and our belly expanding outwards in a 360-degree way. You know, it's not just the front of the body, it's the sides of the body and the back of the body. So here, I'm laying on the kind of right side of my rib cage. I'm going to breathe deeply into that area where the roll is. Really breathe in so much to expand the bottom of my rib cage that it feels like a bit intense and bony against the roll. And then I exhale deeply as well. Everything else here is relaxed. So I'm not gritting my jaw. I'm not clenching my hands or squeezing my toes because the sensation is so intense. If that is happening, change the thing that you are laying on. Make the thing that you are laying on a bit more bearable, because if you're squeezing elsewhere, you're not training your body to relax and let go. You're training your body to feel more tense and worried about what you're doing. So that's really not helpful, especially when it comes to breathing exercises. So really, really, really breathing into this, expanding that rib cage into the roll, and then we're letting go. And as your body melts and adapts into this, you might want to try and find new areas of your rib cage to do this on. So, you know, I could slightly change the angle here, very close to where I was, but slightly different. It's going to be tackling slightly different intercostal muscles as I do that. Same thing. So, you know, my head's relaxed, my upper body is relaxed. Really breathing into that. I'm feeling that resistance. I have tension in the muscles in between my ribs, and they are pushing and fighting against that roll. But the more that I breathe into it, the more that things start to give and let go. So we are using your breath, your diaphragm, your inner muscles to massage the outside of your body. So you can think about someone else massaging you as being an external force, massaging the outside sort of in. We are massaging the inside out, using this as our external resistance to help create that change in the muscles and in the bones, but in the fascia as well. We've got 5 seconds left here before we swap sides. If it feels good, absolutely do it for longer on both sides. I'm just giving you examples of how long you can think about holding these things for. So I'm going to swap to the other side. I'll flip my body around just so I'm visible on both sides. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm not laying entirely prone. I'm finding a bit of a juicy spot below my breast and still in my rib cage on that left-hand side. My timer is off. Much less tension in this side, which does not surprise me because my right rib cage is where I feel most of my tension in my body. And you're just finding a spot where the jaw can let go, the neck can let go, the hands and the feet can let go. And because I'm not feeling very much on this side, I am going to really change the angle up here because I just wasn't really getting that much from being kind of low down onto it. So if I go sideways like this, that feels a little bit more juicy for me. So I'm going to stay here. And what they say in the block therapy videos is they say to be pain seekers. And I don't quite like the word pain seekers because I don't want people seeking pain. Pain is a message of your body saying, stop doing things. But I just think it's a linguistics thing. So they say seek pain, but what they mean is like seek intensity, seek that stretch, seek that little bit of discomfort. Because posture work is not about everything being easy and really comfortable. If everything is easy and comfortable, you're not changing. In order for things to change, we have to challenge. So we have to understand that there is a difference between things working hard and being challenged versus pain. Pain makes you feel worse afterwards. You will feel more tense and wound up, that type of thing. But challenge, it's uncomfortable in the moment. Like, this isn't comfortable for me. But when I stand up afterwards, I'm going to breathe a bit easier. My shoulders are going to feel like they move behind me a bit better. My hips are going to feel a bit looser. Challenge yields you a positive outcome, whereas pain makes your body wrap itself up and protect itself and feel more tense. Breathing into this. So you're massaging from the inside out, trying to get that rib cage moving. And as soon as it starts feeling too comfortable, you've got to find a new juicy spot to breathe into. You've got 30 seconds left here. Changing the angle of your body, wherever your body wants to go, to try and find that stretch to breathe into. Three, 2, and 1. That was rib cage support, another diaphragm release exercise for you to try. Check out block therapy as well if you haven't done so already, and I hope you enjoyed.